It's on the tip of my tongue. Is the golden cav Chevaliers. There you go. I need to start on this
Chevaliers,
team.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about that on this map. I could see that on other maps. This just seems like a really weird map for Chevaliers. I wonder if they're going to hold B because that seems like the place that makes the most sense to play Chevaliers on. But they're on attack first, so I guess we'll have to see on defense. I don't know how to use them on attack.
I've never really used them enough either myself, but
Yeah.
it's not one of these units I tend to have went for when they were kind of good in the meta as well. So
Yeah. It's a very map dependent unit because you need so much space.
Full defense is set up here, not even on A, but at
like
the small case side. That's it.
I like this. You know, I think the attackers should just go A. The attackers can't just go A because that flame catapult, but I think they have to anyway because attacking the fort against an organized defense is such a pain. But here you go. Oh, the flame catapult misses. But if that hit,
misses everything, yeah. Imagine just in the full rotation, just hits half of the units.
It's so much shorter for the defenders to rotate. They just all rotate over to.
That's a very long rotation. I never actually realised the rotation is that long, but it's all been blocked off, obviously, with the barricades and stuff. So it does make it really difficult for
the flame catapult is missing. It's unfortunate, but
it's hit some of the units down here at the bottom. There's a few palace guards that are getting staggered there.
Look how slow the attackers are. They got half their team there real fast, but all the 40s are taking forever.
Yep.
I
they're
like
rotating around again from the Canadian side, and the defense will be able to rotate to that and counter.
If you're not going to give A, this is how you do it. This is what I've wanted to see.
And there goes the flame catapult again.
Yeah, just waste their time.
Oh, the Mushas have got stunned this time around, so that's going to take them longer to get to the rotation. So every single time they try to rotate, it's free damage and it's slowing them down in the rotation every single time.
They're breaking the barricade, so they might just go up the middle here. But again, you're right in front of this flame catapult. So this is good. I think the defenders need to recognize that it's going to be an A push, but they're pulling back. Maybe they're giving A here.
Can go.
Oh, it's going to be a mid push.
Side up the stairwells, maybe go mid, but
this flame catapult is going to do so much work, though. Look at all these units are going to be on fire. They're not going to be able to get there in time. All the units are going to lag behind the heroes.
Oh, the defender's catapult was just hitting them in the back as well, even more. And the stalwarts are making their way.
Great.
For Romania up front.
They got to protect them on the side here from these claymores, but I think they'll be okay because they got the 40s.
40s are. Palace got charged through and brace as well.
With the Impike flank, with the Impikes opening up for the Onamushas on the flank here, is a great defense.
Oh, this is solid in the defense there.
Yep. And the Shenji
are going to get wiped as well.
Shenji are running for their lives. They're dead for sure. Great defense.
There's no units left pretty much on the point here. Monastics are coming in and don't even need them.
Yep, they pulled the cap. Yeah, they didn't even need those.
Charged it. Slice QT kills off Urahill. Is it going to pick off the Poleaxe as well?
Hopefully they get someone to touch the supply. But remember, this is the CBL rule, so all these deaths are
crucial. Big. Maul player has got the supply point, but he's going to get picked off here at this point.
And now they're going to stagger the attackers.
General's dead. They're all over the place at this point in time.
This is perfect defense.
And guess where they're going to go? Go back to that catapult just now, ready for the setup of the next set push for the Canada side. That's a very strong defense there. Good rotation. The
GRZ has 30 out of 30 Onamushas.
Still.
Yeah.
To be honest, they've not even lost much. The Palace Guards of Kizu are gone. They're out of the battle. But for the most part, everybody else has got pretty much full heroes.
They lost 5 stalwarts. They lost 2 40s. They lost a unit of Palace Guards. And 2 Impikes. That's so clean.
Crazy. There's a catapult going in. You see the cav in the distance. Are they going to hit some of the cav? Some of the
now
IPGs?
And now is the part where I get worried about, especially Reap's unit comp. Now, I was concerned about the unit comp in general, having like basically no shields. So they have no shields left at all. They have not a single unit left on the Canadian side that has a shield. Yep. No Palace Guards, no Stalwarts, no Merms. So I don't know how you engage a fight against like Impikes now. You have nothing to stop him.
He just got himself entered as well. He just entered into the wall. I don't know if he got maul grabbed or he was through the gateway and then got grabbed and took away. But he's dead. So that's his second death as well, I think, for Reap, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got 1 life left. And I don't know how he uses his units to take A anymore. Chevaliers are useless here because you don't have enough space on any of these points to set up your crossbows. And the Jav Cab just don't seem like
There's
they're
a
going to
couple
be
of
enough to
healers
get
just
value.
entering themselves in there as well, but nothing really going off. Maul's
Yeah,
in the background, but
I
Onamushes
think,
are looking for a flank here as well.
I think GRZ is realizing he can't get around here, but he's able to hit the horses off of the cliff.
Oh, the
Sit on
Onamushes
the
are just
cliff.
damaging him
Yeah.
for free.
Oh my god. And the defenders, there's no traps on this map, so the defenders are just sitting in this gateway now.
It's a monastic charge
They're
coming
even
down from
pushing
the
out.
defender side of Romania.
I don't think they needed to
Coming
do
straight
that,
through.
but
No.
the oh, where remember what we learned last time we played this map about the fire on the ground? There are fire pots on the ground here, fire barrels that you can blow up.
Yep.
And we just saw those popping off and really crushing the attackers there.
Oh, there comes
Reef gems
another
go up.
charge here. Is that dagger axe charge
Yep,
coming
dagger
through?
axe is the best counter to Chevaliers.
They're going to cap A though in the distance, and there's nobody going to be able to rotate to A quick enough here to stop that A push. So they're going to get a free A cap, but they don't have any units really for the final B push. You can even defend B here at this point, I think.
I mean, you have to pray for a miracle at this point if you're on the Canadian team.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
guess you cap A for sure, but it is going to be an uphill battle.
Quite literal as well.
They may have just prolonged their pain. They have one push left.
They are pretty much wiping
they're
everything
all on their
that
last
comes to
unit.
them.
Yeah, I think the Canadian team really lost in the unit selection here. I think they played the map as best you can against this. This is a great defense. I think this defense has been basically perfect.
Yeah, I think there's not really much you can complain about like the whole time if you're the defending side.
But
The first push they didn't lose any really, and then the second time they can just end as much as they needed to stop the push.
Yeah, and I just don't know how you beat a good defense with the units they're bringing on attack right now. I think they really just expected more traditional defense, either giving A or sitting on A.
I think that's what it is. It's a different. Trying to come up with something different. Sometimes can work, but
yeah, this is the first time we've seen this defense, which surprises me. But I guess when you see that attack, that is definitely the right defense to do.
Most of it was time delaying as well. Like that's so clutch on such a small map and such a small timing zone as well. Like you can waste as much time as possible. It's always going to be beneficial as a defending side, because that's one thing you've got to fight against is the kind of timing. Stalwarts are starting to move from the defenders here, but Canada do have a position to the left hand side here, which they are taking damage off from Senjis. But it's a good rotation for Romania. They've got Senji Grenadiers in the background here. They're trying to get hit there by the catapult, just misses it because it hits the back end. Is that Rat and Rangers? No. That's the retinue, isn't it? From
the sub Zahard is running Armigers down mid right now.
Technocalypse gets a hat trick there. Classical picks off Ingve. Typhlosion dies as well though.
Good Shenji play. Shenjis are getting dove, but it's after the fight has happened, not before.
Yeah,
so
this
is how the Canadian team lost that push to Russia last week. Was exactly the same spot. And they don't kill the specialty before the fight happens. They kill them after, when it's too late.
No, it's far too long. And then you don't have any units now really to push. Like
yeah, it's too late now. You have to kill the specialty. The specialty are always going to be in that spot. You have to dive them if you're going to push that choke point. And they made the same mistake as last week.
Yeah, there you go. The Canadian side have all left. They realise that at this point in time with grey units and one purple unit, there is no chance of winning this battle here. It's an uphill battle from there.
Yeah.
Well done to Romania. What a solid defense that was.
You know, I came into this thinking that it was maybe the Canadians' game to lose, and then I saw that unit select, and well, they lost it.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. It's very against meta completely, like as well. Like
it almost felt like they were just on tilt after those first two fights, because that last push just felt like they just walked in with no real plan. Walked into the Shenji bomb, walked into enemy team. I mean, they were getting cav charged down mid for free, basically. So
Yeah. And for some reason, even though every single Canadian side has left the battle, the game has not automatically
it looks like
stopped.
one has not. I don't think Adapt is left,
Oh, is Adapt's done it left yet?
or I could
Okay, I thought I seen this.
be wrong.
I thought
He
he'd left.
died
There's
3 times.
zero timers. Yeah, maybe he's died
No, he
that
has 2
much,
deaths
and
for me.
he can't actually leave.
There we go. Yeah, he just left.
Here we go. GG Romania. Already picking up the win fairly quickly as well on that map for Broch Eastray. Adapt with the MVP for the attacking side. There's not much to say in terms of the attacking side. They only picked up 4 hero kills overall for the whole side. Seems like a decent kind of unit kills still, but overall never really made any progress. That was kind of like they were losing more in these battles as they were. Oh, don't want to leave that yet.
Yeah, they got some more kills in the second fight, but I think the defenders were like almost overly aggressive in that that gate fight over near the fort.
Yeah,
I was feeling
because
like the
they knew
defenders
they could. They
almost
didn't
threw
lose
that,
anything,
but
did they? They didn't lose anything in the first fight, pretty much. There
they
was
didn't
a
lose.
couple of
Yeah,
units.
so at that point you might as well just aggress, and especially if you're defending that gate, you have the supply point right behind you, so you can throw your units through there and then immediately go. And that's what they did. They pushed their infantry through, and then they had like 2 people pull cav and run the cav through for the cleanup.
Yeah, it was
That was brutal.
very difficult. A very difficult watch if you're a Canadian, I'm sure. You'd probably be thinking of other strategies there that could have came in play that were a lot easier. And other ways to do it, but Romania pick up the win, first one. Next one is going to be Romania on the attack this time round. Canada's got a chance to try and defend it now. Like we said earlier, we've got the saved unit of camos. Will camos be able to save the day if they use them in this battle? I assume with having them as a save, that's the prediction, is to use them. Let's start a prediction in chat as well, guys. So what do you think is going to happen? Is Romania going to win this one? Or is it going to be Canada that picks up the win? Put the predictions in the channel. Use some of your channel points. It's the only thing you could use channel points on. So if you're using it for sounds effects and all that malarkey, you're wasting your channel points because none of that is shown on the stream. Just because we are doing the tournament, and we obviously don't want to be distracting you guys from everything else that's going on in the background. So I apologise if you're wasting your channel points, but so that's your own fault, not my fault. But yeah, well done for that. We're going to swap around and put ourselves back on the screen. Obviously, attack's going to be not Canada because they just did theirs. So it'll be Romania. So obviously, we mentioned that Zahard was slightly different compared to the normal selections. He did pick up quite a few kills himself as a hero. How do you think the Canada side is going to fare now going forward after you knew what happened with the first one? The only kid damage we need.
Yeah, maybe it's like the rest of world where they save a unit and then only use it for the defense with the camels. They brought like so many Forte on that first fight, and which surprised me because the reason I thought they were going to bring the camels is because most people aren't bringing Forte, and this seems like the time to, especially if you're banning ISGs, which Canada banned the ISGs, so I was expecting them to bring Palace Guards. They only brought 1 unit of Palace Guards. I was expecting them to bring a bunch of Palace Guards, which Forte are absolutely awful against, and 1 Palace Guard, and then they brought a bunch of Forte. It's almost like they did the exact opposite thing that convention would say they should have done, and obviously that did not work. And they brought 2 units of Claymores, which we haven't seen any Claymores in this tournament so far, I don't think.
No, not at all. I was speaking about it at the start. They could be used, but like they didn't.
Claymores can be okay, I think, especially when you ban the ISGs. And if Forte are good against them because of the stun on brace really hurts the Claymores. And I wasn't expecting lots of Forte, so yeah, maybe you use the Claymores and they get value, but I didn't see. Well, I think they just scuffed a lot of their fights too. So
yeah, a few of the fights kind of didn't really go in their way. I hope that their plan for their defense is a little bit more solid. Romania obviously had a good squad, so their attack will be also an interesting. The way they can rotate together as well just like they did in the defense, they kind of went into that fight and didn't really lose anything on the first defense. Like the first push that went in, I think they lost like 5-6 units. Like to say that you went through a full defense and wiped the whole team
They lost a unit of
and
house
didn't
guards
lose
and then
anything.
6 other models. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like how could you do that? You know, like how could you go into a
Yeah.
massive brawl and just lose one full unit really in the whole thing?
I
So
don't know if they
that's
just weren't
solid.
paying attention to their units, or I mean that flame catapult came in at like the perfect time to it caught like 2 units on the as they were rotating on the backside. So those 2 units like were way late to the fight because they're on
Mm-hmm.
fire. Um, yeah, I don't know. They especially like against a unit like Palace Guards, you gotta wait that you gotta wait out that brace timer. It's 5 seconds. It's not that long. You wait out that brace timer and then you go in. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
did they bring that many Reapers? I don't remember seeing.
No, I didn't see that many Reapers. There was a couple of Reapers, but not many.
Which I
Um,
would expect like when you look at the bands um and the units between this and the 2 matches we just watched, it's surprising that there are so few Reapers here and um
sorry, that was my phone repeating back to me. But yeah.
hold on, I have to check something.
Yeah, so this time, like we were speaking about earlier, as you were playing about with Corn Berserker. Corn Berserker's actually set up in the defense this time around. He wasn't in the attack, so they swapped their players around a little bit here for the defense. So it'll be interesting to see what's happening here for that. Obviously, maybe Corn played enough with this the unit of camos that he knows what he's doing for this strategy. He's probably been brought in for that. But yeah, we're gonna have to see a big turnaround here for the Canadian side if they wanted to stay in the tournament. You don't want to be losing 2-0 and going into the deathmatch having to win. It just does make things a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
At least you can try and get yourself a solid defense here and go into a deathmatch where you can lose one and you've still got the chance to go through if you can turn your deathmatch around, because deathmatch it's a little bit easier to kind of sway one way or the other as long as your picks are correct. Whereas on a siege battle, once you've lost your 2 sieges, you're at a pretty much match point every single time to try not to lose. I know the Canadian sides have got a solid deathmatch fight because they seem to be, well, we fought last time we watched them. They didn't have a good unit selection, like hero selection units, and they survived it and won it. And Uraho, even though it was a short bow, it was one of the ones that survived the longest and took the most damage at one point. I was just like, you're a short bow, like how have you managed to do that? But he just dodges and weaves and gets out of the way all the time. So interesting.
Yeah.
So we're still waiting on the queue.
Corn doesn't bring the
Camos, you'll be surprised.
camels, I'm mad. I'm big mad.
He should. I'm assuming that's why he's been here. I'm sure that's why he's here. I'm going to play the Broch Eastray thingy here. I'm going to try and eat a wee bit before this match starts, so I'll mute myself for a second, guys.
Oh, it's a hard Canadian? Is that a name change? Is that why I'm confused?
Okay, here we go. Canada have to win this defense here if they want to have their chance to stay in the tournament for a little bit longer. Obviously, we've got the death matches to come next. No matter what happens, there will always be one death match. But if Canada win this one, there'll definitely be 2 death matches, so it'll give them a better chance to come back. We're wanting to see good old fights here, and obviously we're going to see a bit of a different change here with the unit selections here from the last time round. Do we have camos? Did they pick it? They didn't pick camos. There's another unit saved that we are not seeing on the battlefield selection. It's a very interesting saves going on. It's changes things around for me. I don't understand it, but twice in the last two matches we've seen a save that's not been used.
Yep, I don't understand that. Maybe they're just memeing.
Maybe.
Disappointed that
so,
Corn didn't bring them.
Yeah,
but we're seeing most of the same comp.
Here.
We're seeing most of the same comp from the Canadian side this time, and I don't understand
there's 2 mauls dead already. Toasty Cruncher and 2 Knights have been grabbed and taken away.
I blinked and missed it. What happened?
they got maul grabbed, taken into the unit, and it.
What were they doing standing
destroyed.
there?
I don't know. They were starting to rotate out.
Did?
Yeah, I think they tried to do something, but maul grabbed at the same time and just instantly got wiped. The Romanian push here is absolutely disgusting, I'm not going to lie. It looks so solid at the moment. They started moving forward. Essentially, Grenadiers in the background
defense is down 2 people. I don't know how they hold this.
I don't understand it. The IPG March is coming in here as well to the right hand side with Unamushes just dealing tons of damage.
If the attackers touch the supply, the attackers are on the spot. It's over.
Yeah, that's it. This definitely over.
I mean, I think this match
actually got a cap charge coming in here from Dago.
But they have 40s. The attackers have 40s. Will they brace though?
Senjis have gone as well.
Oh, it was cataphracts. Why are we running cataphracts?
I mean, maybe you're gonna have to speak to Adapt and Typhlosion here a little bit. I
mean, I feel like this,
I think.
Watching these matches, I just feel like I was expecting Canada to have the advantage here a little bit. I think I was expecting it to be close, but this is like watching rest of world. It's like a different team this week.
Yep, completely changed. They've not even got A point and lost most of their units.
Yep, now they gotta go back and cap everything.
I know. Right, so down to what, 514 units for the defense.
And they're down to no shields on the Canadian side again. They lost their 1 Palace Guard in the first fight again. The only Palace Guard they've got. You know, I get that, like, I think a lot of people at NA especially haven't mastered Palace Guards.
Yeah,
I think we really,
the mastery.
We really subscribed to the ISG spam train. And then a lot of people, I think, just got mastered javelins because it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really surprising to me that, yeah, you might not have Palace Guards, but, like, Merms are okay. Bring something that can, like, take a hit. Or Stalwarts, even.
Yep.
1 Palace Guard is not going to win you a fight.
Not for the full battle, definitely. You definitely need some shields in there, like, some way where tanking some extra damage that you can keep your units behind.
The attackers had a unit of javelins, I think, on that push. Yeah, they had a unit of Slide QT had a unit of jabs out. Nothing's tanking that. That's just free damage every throw. And I guess, especially against the master jabs, you can't be just eating jab throws for free like that. And they
because they don't have shields as well. For this end point, it's going to be impossible. Like, they can't do the strategy where you've seen defending the gateways. So
I don't know, how do you defend without a frontline? They have no unit. Their only frontline unit here is their heroes. Like, they literally have to tank with their faces or with, like, claymores, I guess. But claymores can't be a first in unit because they get CC'd and then they don't get any value. So I don't know how you engage a fight here. And as we've seen all these
in the background waiting to join in, pretty much, it looks like.
That's the only way to play this, really. Open. And they're just going to get impike walked right here. These impikes, if they go around the corner.
Yep, they're just going to go around and bait it, make sure they move them, and then.
Do they have impikes on the Canadian side at all?
Somebody, they want to make sure they're wasting their time on the claymores.
They have no impikes either. I didn't even. Oh, they have one, but they don't have it out.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
You just don't see it, chat, but I just see Super blown with his head in his palm. He's just he is just like praying. He's like, why? What is going on, boys? Like,
This is like when you watch those like when you watch some competitive matches, like when the teams are like completely lopsided in skill and like they just like mess around for fun. Like if anyone's watched the Overwatch World Cup, that happened a few times where the teams just had fun with it because it was like not close. And
yeah.
but these teams, I should have been close,
These
so
teams
I
should
don't
be closer,
understand why we're seeing what we're
Like,
seeing.
seems like a very odd choice and an odd way of playing it when they're
Even
both
these
good
AI
sides.
even these AI claymores are a problem now because they don't have shields to tank them. So these AI claymores are actually doing damage to their Fort Braccio right now. It's not much damage, but it's still damage. It like
Yeah.
I see a whole unit of AI claymore hitting them for free right now.
To be fair, the javelins were doing the damage for free as well because they were just sitting
And
in the Fort Braccio there in the corner.
why did they walk up in front of the javelins and then not push? I don't. These AI claymores are still hitting them. You know,
Oh, there's
people
a
were
Senji
memeing.
grenade over the
No,
top
people
though
were
into
memeing
that
that.
cluster, but
Yeah, I mean that was a good throw, but it's too late.
yeah,
People
too
were
late.
memeing me for the archer for dying to AI archers when they were actually longbows, but I mean Canada's literally dying to AI claymores right now.
There's going to be no units left here for Canada, and they've not even actually pushed their points
They're
on.
going back to supply to pull new units already. Corn just went
Fort
back and
Braccio
pulled
units pretty
monos.
much all gone. Yep. This is solid from Romania, though. This is very,
I
very
mean,
well
yeah,
timed, and they've got
I don't
plenty of
even
time
know
as
if I
well.
can say Romania's outplaying them. They're just playing exactly the units they have, and they brought the right units. Canada's got to like make something happen because this short sword is just standing on the point, winning the game. Oh,
It just
here
seemed
come the
like a meme
claymores.
game
I
in
get.
a way,
Yep,
you know?
just kidding. They accidentally ran up, I think, and now we're running them all the way away. See,
Iron
so
Reaper's Claymore says, "Oh, this here really
what we
just at
saw
this
there
point in
was
time."
Canada walked through the point to try to get up next to that middle area, that middle entrance, and they took a bunch of jav hits, but they could have gone around. Like there are routes to take to get there without standing in front of the javelin. So it's like it's not just that they have literally all the wrong units, but they're also just playing this it feels so sloppy. And these
Yeah.
palace guards walking in now.
There you go. There, this palace guards both sides that are going to be braced. They're going straight into Iron Reapers and bracing, but the
The
Reapers will
U.S.
win
team
that
is really
fight. But
split.
Modal's coming in as well as the cap charge comes in. Will it stop them? It does for the most part.
At least
Romania just pinning it now at the back.
monos got to the back and got to the Shenji at least, so they'll get the Shenji, and they wipe the
Onomusha's
palace
came
guards
around
in
the
front.
flank though. Did you see the Onomusha flank? I didn't see that coming, but
Yeah,
there's a wee
that
Onomusha flank
Onimusha
on the
wrapped
home
around.
front. There's more Onimusha's coming, but a Manasseh charge coming directly
Oh
right over
wow!
the Onimushas. That was
Two units of
perfect.
Onimusha. That was game winning. I thought the defenders were gonna maybe hold this here, but I think that mono charge just ended it.
That ended it completely. That was their damage. The last of what they probably had on that
Yeah,
point there.
that was two units of Onimusha perfectly lined up for that mono charge. It killed all but like 6 of them.
It was only a tiny space. You didn't even see the unit coming around as well. There we go. There's 2 now. And it's the win here for Romania. They're 2-0 up. Sly QT MVP. 106 unit kills, 1 hero kill. 4 hero kills for Techno Killips. And then GRZ also picking up 4 hero kills. And a few others with 1 striker. Ruffle, Kizu and Classico. Good fight all in all. Going through all your stats here. Just a quick run through as you get them so you can see them later on if you wish to see how you did in the battle. Or if anybody looks back at it, you can still see who did what. Corn Berserker gets MVP. He's put in subbed in for this fight. He gets the MVP. But really, if you look at the amount of units and whatever else happened there was only 1 hero that died on the Romanian side. 1 hero. And General Reap was the one to pick up the hero kill. All the unit wise, like there's nobody got into triple figures. Nobody even got past 50 mark on individual units.
I almost want to go back and watch what happened at the beginning because I was looking at the what units everyone was bringing in and it missed those first 2 hero kills because it happened so fast. But like
it was literally just everybody pushing together and then the mall grab
lost
happened.
The entire game off of those 2 heroes just suiciding in the first 30 seconds.
They lost
B for free almost. was worse than for free because they lost 150 units instead.
Yeah, exactly. It was a strange one in my head. Like I don't understand what. I didn't even see them. I just seen them on the back of another mall getting carried away. Two of them at a time. It was like all the way down, and I'm like, what? Where did he get grabbed from? Like both of them were just getting chucked into a pile of units and javelins, and I was like, that's them dead. There's no way of surviving that one. But we're gonna hit a death match. Maybe Canada could turn it around. They had to win 2 death matches on the bends here though, and the way that Romania have been playing, Nick, they're a very solid squad and units, hero-wise killers as well. So it's going to be a very different kind of fight. But someone's going to have to pull at the back here for Canada if they want to turn this round to even think about going through to the semi-finals for this next round.
Yeah, they
definitely weren't there with the unit selections.
Hey, you know what? They don't have to worry about units for these next 2 matches, so maybe they can win them.
Maybe.
No units, deathmatch time.
It's got to be. It's all down to this. It could be an easy 3-0 here for Romania. And like we said, Romania, you're just like, oh, I don't know who these players, but they're turning up. They're solid together. They know what they're doing. They definitely know what they're doing. So whether they know the deathmatch side of things, if they're going to be able to turn that as well and come away with a 3-0 win, it'll be quick one turnaround. We'll be watching Germany versus USA in no time. The way things are going. Let's see this squad set up here as well. We'll give you a quick glimpse once again at the squads. So Canada's squad, there might be a few extras in there that aren't there, or ones that aren't in there that are there, like Zahard, who is a replacement. You've not seen Watson actually played in any of these battles yet, have we?
I don't
think I've seen it.
I think we did last week. I want to say we did, but I don't know if he played longbow. I think he didn't play longbow. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. For some reason, I thought I remember seeing Watson on a musket at some point.
Oh, maybe.
But I think I
right.
might be. I think I might be making that up because I was just talking to Watson last night, and he was like, and Corin was like, "Do you play anything about longbow ever?" And he was like, "I played a little bit of shortbow a long time ago."
Wow, fair enough. Longbow's not exactly in its prime as it stands, especially in an 8v8.
Yeah, not an 8v8. Yeah. I could see it on like Empyrean Sands, especially
picking off like specialist units.
Yeah, there's a lot of high ground versus low ground in that map. So even on attack or defense, I think you can find spots to get some free picks. And on the Viking map also, I've seen Watson a few times in some really wacky spots.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people in chat are asking who Zard, Artie, and Urahils are. I'm like, surely you know who Artie and Urahils are. Everybody knows them ones. Zahard, I don't know who. I don't recognize.
I have no idea who Zahard is. That's a sub. Looks like. I assume. I don't know. Apparently the
Or it's a name change, like you said earlier. It could be somebody's name change.
I guess the lists we got for
units and teams.
Well, the team names are all based on their Discord names. So like if you look at the Canadian team, the person who's named Canadian is actually Corn.
Okay.
So that it was actually Corn's account, but in that Discord he was named Canadian. So that's what he ended up as the name on the roster. But Zahard isn't on there, so I think it's a sub.
Must be.
Or so I assume he's a sub.
They put Corn's name as Canadian just to make sure that if everybody thinks he's Canadian and not American. That's what it was.
Yeah, I don't know who. I don't know who that is. I just checked their rank listing. I didn't see him anywhere in there.
Oh really?
But yeah, did not do great. Also was bringing Armigers, questionable.
Yeah, especially it's just now in his current meta, the way things are. I wouldn't. I'd rather pick Dagger Axe over Armigers at any time.
Yeah.
If you happen to pick one of them anyway, but.
And yeah, sometimes people just have bad matches. Artie and Orhill did fine on the other match. All things considered, like they were both pretty not close in my opinion, but.
It's hard to say who did good, to be fair, because they were all kind of on about a similar basis, and they just didn't work out. I just think the unit comps weren't anything that would actually win in the majority of these battles. Oh, you're not in it yet?
Nope.
Oh, so we've been waiting on super bonus all the time.
Who's he
Too
talking?
busy casting. Would you believe it? I'm too
Yeah, too
busy
busy
eating and
casting.
casting.
I'm still in shock after watching
Still,
that.
still in
My
shock.
my brain. I'm literally
I
the not like this.
lost for words is what I say.
Literally not like this.
I've got one piece of chicken left to finish, and I'm finished. My food, thankfully. All of this while trying to stream as well. Would you believe it, guys? Hope you're enjoying the food chat as well, guys, because this is yummy. Well worth the wait. It was almost timed perfectly, you know, where it comes in at the 15-minute break, but it came about 2 minutes before the match started instead of 5 minutes ago. It would have been better. I have the cat patiently waiting to steal the rest of it as well if there's anything left, but there's nothing. Just sitting there waiting on the side of my desk like, what's left, what's left, I'm having it.
Yeah, I think I redeemed give the cat a treat, so we need to see it.
She's trying to lick it, but it is curry, so I don't imagine her going to be getting her lips
That's
on that too much. She'll be...
Oh, yeah, probably not a good thing to give the cat. I think onions
No.
are bad for them.
Yeah, well, they eat pretty much anything nowadays. It's ridiculous. Okay, so we're going to wall for the death match here. We're going to see if Canada can turn things around. Can they make this 2v1? Because Romania can run away with this with a 3-0 win. If they win this first death match.
Romania's rolling up with 9 people, so they got to... Or am I... No.
No,
NA
you're
only
right.
has 7? Are we going to remake lobby? Or is it a visual bug? Might be a visual bug. Sometimes
Might be.
people are missing.
I see 7 on my
Yeah,
side too.
sometimes it's a visual bug, I think, on the loading screen. So we'll see. Hopefully there's an 8th person. Because I saw 8 in the lobby. They got West Coasters on the dual blade. I really just don't agree with that, but we'll see. There's a shortage of malls on the Romanian side, so you know the dual blades will actually be pretty good. Could actually be pretty good against the pikes and the glaive. So we'll see. We've seen a lot of glaive today. I've seen like 1 glaive on a lot of teams. I don't know if they're just going for the damage boost.
Yeah, maybe.
Just pick. I don't. I feel like that's probably not worth it, but maybe.
I feel like looking at the setup straight away, seeing it as soon as I see a dual blade, I feel like that's game ended.
I think we got a lobby remake. It looks like there's only 7 people.
Yeah, it does look like there's
unless they just actually were like, no one feels like playing, so now we're just playing 7 people. I guess we'll find out in a second. No, there's 8. I guess it just didn't show the last gun loading. Okay. I think this is a hard. Was a hard missing from the loading screen? Or is it corn? Just kidding.
Corn was missing, yeah.
Yep. They got 2 light armors and 2 medium armors. I think this is, and 1 maul. I think this is done.
I didn't want to say it too early, but as soon as I seen the dual blade, I was like, okay.
Oh, we got. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Oh, I think one of the malls on. Did one of the malls on Romania also swap to short sword? Looks like they did. That's actually probably a smart play against that many like light and medium armors. I don't think you need the second mall. I think having the second short sword to just tank the run down a light armor or a musket is pretty good. The short sword dash, the shield charge for short sword is the only ability I know of that is faster than a scimitar leap and slash. So you could actually cancel the scimitar's like combo of like when they backstab you and then leap and slash you. You can actually cancel it with the short sword dash, and forces them to backflip or die basically.
Okay, so we're underway here. Let's see what happens here. Can Canada do something special here to get this to another death match, or will Romania wipe the floor here and make it a 3-0 in the series and move on to the semi-finals? Let's see if there's... Everybody's pretty much off their horse now at this stage, bar Classico on the pike, who jumps off to go and pick off 2 nice in the corner there. Doesn't deal enough damage, but it's instantly poleaxed by Artie straight afterwards. Striker
Yep.
falls, stays deaf though, and Artie falls straight
1 to 1.
afterwards. There we go,
Oh,
West
the dual
Coasters is
blade gets
down as well.
insta-killed.
Yep. I always seen it happening, but I thought he'd be the
Musket's in
first to die.
trouble too.
Korn's getting picked off here as well here as a scimitar player, but he's managed to jilt and dive out the way there.
Musket's dead. Yeah.
Oh, Zahard falls and then slowly by slide QT falls
This is
as
pretty
well.
even so far, but I think
Corners are-
now Blue is gonna snowball. They've got too much of a lead.
It's very close, very close.
A big health bar lead for Blue. If you're zoomed out, you can't see the health bars, but
Yeah, I am zoomed out quite a bit, but
big health bar lead for Blue. And now it's 5 to 3. If I'm counting
yep,
correctly.
and oh, technically Typhlosion's technically out the battle, right? He's on the stairway. He's not
he's
there,
allowed to
but it's
walk back up. Yeah.
unintentional, yeah.
He's allowed to walk back up.
Now he gets his green dragon off
Jump
here,
on
but
Adapt here. Yep.
ends
Adapt
straight
is one
away.
shot.
Adapt's
Dead.
down.
And now they run down Typhlo and Reap.
Typhlo's the first one to go for, I think.
Blue
damage
does have
dealer,
some
but
low health bars, but I don't think.
Broch was so close to death, like he's surviving it, but he's not going to be able to get that because everybody else on his team came to support him.
There's too many. And
General Reap is
That
now
is
going to
it.
be the last one alive, and that's definitely going to be it.
I'd like to see the stats
Ruffle.
on this one, actually.
Ruffle survives with like literally like one bit of health. Small
Yeah,
as a
he
bit of
was
health.
on low HP for so long.
Look at this. I can't even zoom in to see how much it is, but crazy low health, and he wins. Here's the team of Romania taking the 3-0.
Yep. I was really not expecting this to be 3-0. I was expecting maybe even the go to 5th match, but
Yep, that's it. Interesting one. Canada are now out of the tournament.
GG.
There's one of the NA sides out of the battle. Now we just got to see if USA have something to answer for here. We're not getting to see the game ending yet because
yeah, I was hoping it would go to Canada versus USA at some point, but
yeah,
maybe,
it'd be a nice one, but
maybe next Nations Cup.
whenever that may be, if there is one, because it's been a very interesting tournament. It's been a very fun tournament as well so far, and
I hope we
a
get another
different-
one.
yeah, a different style around it. It's good to see. Let's see these stats anyway.
It perfectly timed too, because the meta's been so fun that all the matches have been like different.
See, they're not doing as much damage, the American or the Canadian side, sorry, to the heroes in comparison to what they're taking.
Yeah, they
Too Nice took 110,000 damage, but that's
had
quite a bit.
the musket and the dual blade got almost no damage dealt before they died, which is really just. And Artie as well, only 4,000
low.
damage before he got picked off. So Canada just had way too many people get 0 value before they went down. The dual blade was able to help with a kill, but that was it, which is kind of
I think
the
when
way
you-
dual blade feels in these.
Yeah, when you think that you're a dual blade and you're an assassin hero, it's a hero versus hero kind of thing. You'd win, but obviously when there's multiple other heroes around,
Yeah, you
helping
get the
that
one
fight,
kill, then you're
done.
what do you do until your ult's back?
Yeah, you run away and try and avoid it, but even when you're in the middle of ult and stuff, you still take damage. So if you're
Right.
ult on one hero and then all the other team comes to support you, you're taking damage before you get the chance to finish it, potentially die off as soon as you finish your ultimate or even finish your kill off.